as a woman who had gone to the doctors and everything, there's
Right
no
on,
law
sis.
that can protect her medically either.
Correct. And also, and this is part of the problem when you have incompetent white men writing the law. What does it even mean? Because the third-degree felony she was charged with was not reasonably disposing of remains. Do you know how many women in this country have accidentally given birth on the toilet? Do you know how many women in this country and how many birthing people in this country have been under the mistaken impression that they had urges to go to the bathroom when they were in active labor? So many. And so the law here doesn't even clarify what it means to reasonably handle the corpse. This lady did not have any obligation to do anything with the fetus once it came out and it was not viable and it was dead. And for them to charge her when the law is so poorly written just reaffirms that this is a political witch hunt that has nothing to do with public health or the concern for a person whose life is in danger when they're having a baby.
So as we close this out, Amber, what can we expect over the next couple of months? I mean, this got some buzz on social media. Of course, we talked about it here on Black Star Network. But in terms of, I mean, it just sounds like the body and the choices of women is just up for grabs. Like that there's nothing to support women's choices. There's no law to support women, how women use their body, which is absolutely insane that I'm actually saying that. But I feel like that is the case in this place because we don't, of course, as men, we don't do that. We don't have to go through that. We don't have to figure out, like, just as a man, I have to, quote unquote, report something going on in my body. Or as a man, then it's my body becomes the talk for political and legislative conversations. So what do you foresee happening? And what's the next step from this point?
Unfortunately, because this is an election year, I think we should expect to see more places like Ohio and more municipalities like this one trying to score political points by overcharging women and birthing people who are in crises with various violations of anti-abortion statutes. But what I think we need to do as a result of that is we need to make it very clear that having federalized protection of the right to abortion as healthcare needs to be a primary component of the Democratic platform in this election. Because no woman, no birthing person is going to be safe in this country until the right to abortion is federalized. And so I think that as the election year progresses and people are trying to score pro-life points and politicize this healthcare issue, you are going to see frivolous charges like this brought that create true jeopardy for people because litigation is expensive, having to hire lawyers, missing work. And think about it, people who are already carrying children, that's already a concern. I am an attorney and I went into labor in court with both of my kids because I was afraid to go out of work because I couldn't afford to stop. And so think about that. You're already targeting people who are already vulnerable. And so, yes, I think as the election year goes on, we're going to unfortunately see more of this. But what we all need to be advocating for is a federalized right to abortion that is available in every state in the United States.
Amber, we got to bring you back and talk a little bit more about this because I don't see major changes, at least not happening in 2024. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, and so it's like a woman is every woman for herself at this point. Absolutely. And that's a scary place to be in America.
Yeah.
That is absolutely scary. And considering the number of sexual abuse, the number of rapes and other sexual violations, every woman is for herself in America.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Damn. Amber, I appreciate you, sis.
That's why you should shut up.
For joining us. Certainly we'll bring you back on, but thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. We certainly needed to hear more about this.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Folks, we got to take a quick pause.